Hi, my name is Ryan Lane, and welcome to my review channel. So for today's movie, I will be reviewing Ticket to Paradise, starring Julia Roberts and George Clooney, and directed by Ol Parker. Anyway, this film tells the story of Georgia and David Cotton, a divorced couple whose daughter has just recently graduated college. Said daughter's name is Lily Cotton, and while on a vacation in Bali, she meets a man by the name of G'day, played by Maxime Boutier. Anyway, said man is a seaweed farmer, and wouldn't you know it, they two hit it off, and 1 month later they decide, yeah, let's get married. Anyway, this does not sit well with David and Georgia, to say the least. And so, in spite of them hating each other and bickering in ways that are hilarious, they decide, alright, let's just put aside our differences for now and come together on the one thing we can agree upon. We do not want our daughter marrying this guy and staying in Bali. And so what follows is a screwball comedy where through a combination of physical sabotage and emotional sabotage, the Cottons try to dissolve the marriage before it happens. And maybe, or maybe not, it's definitely maybe, get over their differences and perhaps fall in love again. So, yeah, this film is very cliched. Let's just get that out at the beginning. From this film, like, again, David, he is a bit of a uptight, grumpy man, but George Clooney, and on paper this character seems like he'd be a bit annoying to sit through, but thanks to George Clooney, he's not. George Clooney manages to strike a balance between being grumpy and charming simultaneously, and it's kind of funny just seeing him. Like, literally at one point he tries to get out of a conversation with a woman on a plane by pretending that he's an Italian tourist, and it's kind of funny. And while on one hand you might recognize it a bit of a jerk move, on the other hand, it's kind of funny to see him get away with it. And so, yeah, that's pretty good. Also, Julia Roberts, she's good at scheming, like ranging from sabotage to somehow knowing how to slice a banana without peeling it. I don't know how that trick works, but yeah, again, she's brings a lot of charm to the character. Also, Lily and G'day, the two characters, they have great chemistry together. I really like them. And their story, they're very sweet. And I like G'day in particular. He's a kind man, is ambitious with a seaweed farm that's expanding globally. But, he's also kind of a backbone. And when, the parents tried to engage in emotional sabotage, in the marriage, he's like, yeah, I know what you're doing, and I'd like you to knock it off, please. And so, yeah, I kind of like that about that character. A more cliched story might make him a bit more timid, but no, the film doesn't go that route. So I give props to the film for that. Also, Lily, she's a great character as well, but I feel like the film could have benefited from going a bit more deeper into her decision to abandon her job in the States and instead live in Bali with a boy she literally met like a month ago. Because what happens is, they get together, they have a meet cute, they meet, and then magically 1 month later, well, it cuts to 1 month later, and she sends out an email to her parents saying, hey, getting hitched in Bali, you're invited! It's like, I feel like the film could have benefited from exploring her decision a bit more deeply on that note. Also, I feel like the parents of G'day also could have benefited from more screen time on par with that of the main leads. Like, because there are moments in the film where the film delves a bit more deeply into their relationship, and it just makes me think, oh, I could have used more of these moments. They were charming. But, thankfully to that end, the characters are always charming, and G'day's father is especially hilarious, and one gag involving a knife that he plays, prank that he plays on the David character, so I enjoyed that. Also, let's see, the humor. The humor is hilarious and benefits a lot from Clooney and Roberts' physicality and delivery. Like almost every, well, maybe not every joke lands, but a lot of them do, and they're Like, for example, a classic bit involving a boat drifting out to sea. Like, at one point, G'day asks Clooney, like, hey, you tied up the boat, right? He's like, yeah, I tied it up to a log. And then, the punchline lands and he goes, oops. Well, he doesn't say that exact line, but it's the equivalent thereof, and it's very hilarious. I do like that. So yeah, I will say this. Another slight problem with the film is the third act. The film kind of runs out of things for the characters to do in the third act and stretches its runtime a bit too far. Not horribly far. Like, I feel like the film, it could have, with a rewrite, could have shrunk about 5 minutes off the runtime and still communicated the same amount of points. So, but yeah, I mean, again, I've sat through worse films in terms of length and pacing, films that felt like they were 10 to 20 minutes too long. So, yeah, not a huge problem, but a bit of a problem all the same. So, with all that in mind, despite being very cliched and running out of narrative momentum in the third act, Ticket to Paradise, it will charm audiences thanks to well-matched leads and a surprisingly heartfelt script. So, with all that in mind, I will be giving Ticket to Paradise 3.5 out of 5 stars. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. If you like this review and would like to see more like it, be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And for today's comment section prompt of the day, did you like Ticket to Paradise? Why or why not?